The reason we become anxious, preoccupied is because as a child, we had to create an exchange. We had to really kind of reduce our internal needs to accommodate another person's, usually a carer, so that we were able then to get some kind of care from them for everything that we gave away to them. That served us as a child as a beautiful reference of self preservation, of survival, that we should really love ourselves for being able to do as a child. But what it does, though, is by silencing the voice within us as a child and saying, I'm not going to express this need, I'm going to give it away so then I can get my needs met. It creates a pattern, and when we're adults, we begin to operate in that same pattern. Okay, if I'm going to get something from a person that I want, love, I have to deny myself something in exchange. What can I adjust in myself to get this person to do for me what I need? The trouble is, though, is that means we're not authentic. We're adapting, we're adjusting, we're preempting, we're becoming something that we're not. Just as we did as we were a child, we're denying a voice of authenticity within ourselves, and that's not a way to form a healthy relationship with a person. And we tend to come across quite insecure. Oh, what can I do? What can I please in this person so that I can get what I need from them? And that insecurity is quite obvious, and we tend to attract people who will abuse that. We have a really big heart. We're prepared to provide, we're prepared to give whatever and do whatever it takes to make the relationship work, but we're not honoring ourselves. And understanding that if we treat ourselves a certain way, so will the rest of the world. If we don't respect ourselves, no one will respect us. And in doing so, we're not actually respecting ourselves at all. So we're not going to attract a secure partner. A secure person will see that kind of behavior and say, oh, person of low value, I'll just give them a pass. But unfortunately, we do attract abusers that way. We'll attract someone who will recognize our insecurity and take advantage of that. Not necessarily intentionally. Their pattern would be to take advantage of another person to meet their needs. So the exchange begins. Here am I giving away so much of myself to a partner who's prepared to take it. And in the end, that exchange is a very toxic one. We open ourselves up to abuse, and we do it willingly. And we come to the end of the relationship where, well, our partner's not terribly satisfied because there's an internal need that they've been outsourcing to us that we've been trying to supply to them. It's an internal need that they have that it can only be met by them, but we've been supporting that behavior within them to outsource by continuing to give more and more and more and more until we reach breaking point. They're blaming us because they never felt safe. We're blaming them for taking too much and never giving back, but no one's actually being honourable to themselves, especially us. The anxious, preoccupied men shows the trait of generosity, but they're only doing it so that they can get something back. Unfortunately, they never get it. We never got it until we recognized the pattern from childhood that served us then but doesn't serve us anymore. When we can see the pattern of exchange, we're trying to create the unauthenticity in our expression and recognizing there's a voice within us that we're denying. It's time to engage, to grieve the loss of that version of ourselves that we denied, and to give ourselves a voice and say to ourselves what we experienced as a child wasn't actually okay, and we're okay to express an emotion that we withheld to create that safety for ourselves as a child and say, okay, I'm going to engage with it now and express it and let it out in some kind of healthy way. This is what I do with my clients. I help anxious, preoccupied men who have come out the end of relationships such as that which I have just described to re-engage with a voice that they denied themselves as a child, to reintegrate that voice into themselves and say, okay, well, I'm actually worthy of expressing this emotion now and expressing it in some way that's healthy and being authentic to myself. Then they can attract a partner who's healthy, who's confident, who's secure, because they're recognizing in you, the formerly anxious, preoccupied man, a version of yourself that's prepared to be authentic, It doesn't withhold. It doesn't adjust. It holds a boundary. If you want to be that guy, you want to be that man who knows his masculinity, there's a whole lot more to learn. I have a course for you called The Confident Empath. And I can take you through 7 sessions that is going to teach you how to be masculine in relationships, how to be authentic to yourself, how to speak in terms that are honorable to you, and to be an attractive way to form a relationship with a healthy person.